The sun dipped below the horizon as Sarah approached the old mansion, its silhouette casting long, eerie shadows against the moonlit sky. Locals referred to it as the Cursed Mansion, a name drenched in whispered tales of terror and tragedy. Intrigued by the ghost stories and her unquenchable thirst for adventure, Sarah couldn't resist exploring its decaying halls. As she stepped onto the creaking porch, a chill danced down her spine. The air was thick with an ominous silence, interrupted only by the soft rustle of leaves in the wind. Pushing open the heavy front door, she was greeted by the musty scent of damp wood and forgotten memories. The interior was cloaked in shadows, illuminated only by the flickering beam of her flashlight. Dust motes floated in the air, and the faded wallpaper hung like peeling skin. Every step echoed as she ventured deeper into the heart of the house. She recalled the warnings of the townsfolk voices that had belonged to the Hull mansion's former residents, rumored to linger long after their untimely deaths. As she explored, Sarah felt a prickling sensation on the back of her neck, as if eyes were watching her every move. Deep inside, she knew something was wrong, but her curiosity pushed her onward. She entered a grand living room, adorned with a shattered chandelier and furniture draped in white sheets. The room seemed trapped in time. The cold draft whispered secrets of the past. While investigating, a dusty old journal left on the coffee table, she was startled by a sudden noise. A soft sobbing echoed from upstairs. Her heart raced. She wasn't alone. An inexplicable urge to investigate drew her upward, each creaky stair adding to the growing tension in her chest. As she reached the second floor, the sobs grew clearer, filled with anguish. The corridor was dimly lit, and shadows danced on the walls like restless spirits. Finally, she reached a door at the end of the hall, slightly ajar, the sound of weeping spilling out like a forgotten melody. Gathering her courage, she pushed it open. Inside, the room was dark, save for the faint glow of an old mirror facing the wall. In front of it sat a figure, draped in a tattered dress, her long hair cascading over her shoulders like a waterfall of shadows. Sarah's breath caught in her throat. The air grew dense and suffocating. The woman turned, revealing hollow eyes filled with sorrow. "Help me," she whispered, a voice dripping with despair. A shiver ran through Sarah as she realized the woman was translucent, a mere echo of the past. "I am trapped here," the spirit continued, her voice echoing through the room, "bound by the pain of my death." Papers fluttered off the desk beside them, swirling in a gust of wind that came from nowhere. Sarah's instincts screamed at her to flee, but something compelled her to stay. "What happened to you?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. The ghost nodded slowly, her eyes welling with tears. "I was betrayed by those I loved," she lamented. "In life, I sought revenge, but it only led to my demise. Now, I am cursed to wander these halls, weeping for justice." Her words hung in the air like a thick fog, suffocating and heavy. "I don't want to be forgotten," the spirit pleaded. "You must uncover the truth." With every word, the atmosphere thickened, charged with an ancient energy ripe with despair. Memories flooded Sarah's mind as if the mansion itself were sharing its secret visions of betrayal. Anger and sorrow unfolded before her. She saw flickers of a family torn apart, a woman's tragic fate intertwining with souls long gone. Her heart ached for the lost spirit whose cry echoed in her ears. "How do I help you?" Sarah asked, determined to aid the tortured soul. "Find the letter hidden in the library. It holds the key to my freedom. But be careful. The mansion does not easily give up its mysteries." As the last word hung in the air, the spirit began to fade, her mournful expression replaced with a glimmer of hope. With a final whisper, she urged Sarah to hurry, and then she was gone, leaving only a chill in the room. Determined to uncover the truth, Sarah raced to the library, her breath quickening. Dusty shelves lined the walls, filled with ancient books that seemed to hold secrets long forgotten. She combed through them, searching for anything that could lead her to the elusive letter. Minutes felt like hours as shadows loomed, casting sinister shapes. Just as she was about to give up, her fingers brushed against an old, leather-bound book. It felt different, almost alive. As she opened it, a folded piece of parchment slipped out, yellowed with age. Her heart raced as she unfolded the letter, reading the words that revealed the betrayal, an affair, a hidden inheritance, and a plan for revenge gone awry. Each word dripped regret and sorrow, painting a picture of a life shattered by greed and deceit. The truth surged through her, igniting a fire in her soul. She raced back to the spirit's room, clutching the letter tightly. The air felt heavy, and shadows shifted wildly as if restlessly waiting for the truth to emerge. "I found it," Sarah gasped, holding it up as though it were a relic of hope. "I know what happened to you." The room grew brighter, the shadows dissipating as the spirit materialized once more, eyes wide with anticipation. "You must tell my story," she urged, her voice stronger now. "Only then can I be free." Gathering her courage, Sarah recounted the tale of betrayal and sorrow, each word weaving a tapestry of truth that resonated in the air. As she spoke, the atmosphere changed, suffused with warmth and light. The spirit began to smile, a look of profound relief washing over her. With each syllable, the weight of the mansion lifted, and, finally, the curse that had held the spirit captive for so long began to unravel. As the last word fell from her lips, the room erupted in a warm glow, the shadows retreating into the corners. The spirit glided forward, tears of joy shining in her eyes. "Thank you," she whispered, her form shimmering like mist in the morning light. "I am free." With a final smile, she vanished, leaving Sarah alone in the now quiet mansion. The air felt lighter, a sense of peace enveloping the space that had been filled with sorrow for so long. As she stepped outside, the night sky sparkled with stars, and Sarah couldn't help but feel that she had not just ventured into a haunted mansion, but had also set a soul free, ensuring that the curses of the past would not be forgotten, but acknowledged. And in doing so, she realized she had faced her own fears, making her stronger than she had ever known.